Hey, welcome everybody. Hey, Richard and I are sitting here and we're going to try something a little bit different. What we're going to do is have a conversation about 3 topics that we feel are actually vitally important for what's going on from right now through the rest of the year, and actually just important things to talk about in general. So we're asking you just to kind of join us, sit here, kind of listen, and we'll talk about a few subjects that actually I think you guys will find extremely important yourselves. So actually, Richard, the first one we wanted to talk about was inventory. So that we
you almost forgot.
I know, yeah. What was it? Inventory. You know,
Yes.
obviously, what we have inventory coming
in stock right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And why is that important to know?
Right now, I think we have some of the best inventory we've ever had, or we've had in a long time. We've recently got, as most of you guys know, the Ovation, Cordoba, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute. What was that?
Big deal.
Yeah. Ibanez, we just recently got in. This week is a big week because we have Epiphone coming in. It should be coming in right now. Today, or yesterday, actually, it already came in. We picked some this morning. Today and tomorrow we have Fender, and then we also have a huge shipment of Samick coming in as well. So the next couple days we should have probably about 2,000 more guitars coming in.
Man, that's a lot.
It's a lot of guitars. And also, as far as inventory, just kind of between first and second quarter, we have some unique shipments from Epiphone. So we're bringing in some containers for overseas of items that may or may not be production for U.S. It may be European models, maybe different colors, and maybe unique stuff. So we have a ton of great inventory that's coming in right now. Also Ibanez, we just picked Ibanez and have one of the best loads from Ibanez that we've had in a long time.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks absolutely great. So now some of the inventory you just touched on that we've got is extremely important for MIRC and even for a lot of our clients, specifically because we've kind of tread into new territory.
Yes.
So
yeah, it's a unique topic that again, you're right. We are kind of in a transition phase in some of the inventory, and right now, as everybody knows, we have Ovation that is not stamped used. It has a warranty card with it, and we're selling it as brand new.
Man, that's huge for us.
It's huge. It's huge. Technology has allowed us to tap into this area. Another thing that I don't think that we're talking about is our customers are a big help because they're advertising correctly. They're making sure that they're separating the inventory from things that are stamped used as opposed to stuff that are stamped new. So the manufacturers aren't as worried as they have been in the past. So our customers get a lot of credit for that as well. Also Lag, we haven't mentioned Lag. That's brand new product. We could probably mention a few other brands, but new product is something that we are kind of moving into. It's new territory, but it's super exciting. Super exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and I will have to say the Lag guitars have been great. The nylon strings that we have what, 6 or 7 different models.
Yes.
No use stamp, serial number and
great
tag.
prices on them.
Man, they're great prices on them. It should be. We're providing, I think, great opportunities for a lot of our clients.
Yes.
So, and a lot of them have jumped on it.
Yes.
So, do you? I don't know. You got anything to say? Now we've got that Ovation and that Lag like that. Does that mean we're moving that way a little bit more? Or
that's a great question. The answer is I don't know. The goal is always to move in that direction. But the thing is like we all know, the use stamp and the serial number has been put in place for years to protect the manufacturer against false warranty claims. So as we do a good job and as our dealers continue to do a good job, there is a chance that we may see some of this in the future, or some things that are in the future of not having a use stamp and no serial number. But again, I don't know. I mean, it's new territory for us.
Okay, absolutely. And as more of those things kind of develop, it'll just be more good news we can pass on to our clients. But now, as far as Epiphone coming in the building. you know, Epiphone has, you know, 2017 Epiphone, you know, was a little bit light, but now we're getting a big push for that. Now, I would love to have a quick conversation about why Epiphone is so important to not only us, but to our dealers. You know, Epiphone is a great brand. So
it's a good staple brand. I mean, it's one of the main brands that we do carry. It's probably one of the few that customers walk in the door trying to go after. You know, they're like, do you have any Les Pauls? Mm-hmm. Do you have any, you know, fill in the blank, you know, hollow mm-hmm. bodies or whatever?
Yeah.
It's a staple brand. It's been around for a long time. It's a great product. Why is it important for us? Because it helps us truthfully sell other product.
Yeah.
It rounds out our tickets. It gets product into in our customers' hands that they're looking for and their customers ask for. So it's a great product. Thankfully this year, or actually right now, we're working on other shipments coming in again from overseas to where we actually bring in containers of it. So the hope is not only the stuff stateside that we get on a regular basis comes in, we'll continue doing seconds, which has been a great hit for us, and our customers, they're asking for it. They want more. But we'll also reach out to the other factories and get some of that product and have it come in too, which will bring us unique pieces that we may not be getting right now.
Man, and that's great. Obviously, Squier fits in that realm too. Squier and Epiphone, it's so important for people to get these brands in their stores. They've got to have them. People walk into a store, you know, they want to look for a Les Paul. Now, if somebody's looking for a Les Paul, they might now be able to be redirected towards another brand.
Absolutely.
But they came into a store to look for an Epiphone Les Paul.
Yes, correct. I believe that to be true. A lot of times, you know, our dealers have agreements with other manufacturers that they get brand new, and they say, well, I don't want to bring something in that competes with it. But a lot of times people walk in looking for a certain piece that you may not be franchised for. It gives you an opportunity to sell that piece, but also turn them on to other pieces that they may have not played.
Yeah, and actually, I hear this conversation a lot from dealers, that a lot of times people go, well, you know what, I don't want to buy that specific price point or shape or brand because I don't want that to compete with what I've already got hanging on the walls. That's really kind of a misconception almost.
I believe so. I believe so, because if they're coming in wanting something specific and you don't have it, a lot of times they say thanks and then they leave. And you have no opportunity to sell them anything. This way it gives you two opportunities. Sell the piece that you get from us, and if you're franchised and you have other pieces, to turn them onto something else.
Especially in the world that we live in right now, where people are walking in with phones in their hands.
Yes.
It's nice to have those extra options so you can, you can land that sale on whatever guitar they might be looking for originally.
Absolutely. I think another thing, and we haven't discussed this, is that we provide the opportunity to put several brands on someone's wall. So when they walk into a music store, they say, hey, I'm looking for this specific guitar. You have the opportunity to say, yes, I carry it, or I carry a model similar to that. So we can put 10, 15, 20 brands on a wall, and you don't have a huge investment. Because if somebody walks in and asks that question and you don't have that, again, they say thanks and then they leave and you lose that customer. But if they walk in and they see several brands, they feel like they've seen it all and they don't have to go shop anywhere else.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So obviously, to circle back around, as we're getting inventory in, man, it's just really important for I don't know, people to be interactive with what we've got coming in the building.
It's a great time because we have a lot going on. We've recently had the Ovation and the Cordoba on sale.
Yeah.
Now we've dragged that out a little bit longer than we intended, or I intended. So we're going to end it at the end of the month. I think Wednesday we're going to stop. Okay, tomorrow we're going to stop that. And the reason we kept it going on is because we had so many people wanting to buy the product.
Absolutely.
So we sold an amazing amount of guitars. Dealers are not only making the 20% but they're also making their normal margin.
Yeah.
So you know, they're two brands that they can make a ton of margin on, especially with the Ovation being brand new.
Yeah.
We can sell it as brand new, so they're buying it at phenomenal prices. Cordoba, if there's dealers out there that have not tried Cordoba, they need to try it.
Absolutely.
They're one of our best-selling models right now. We have dealers coming back to us and say, I make more margin on Cordoba than anything I carry. That shocks me. It shocks me because I've never heard a classical where you're making that much money. The good thing is the other side is not shocking because they make amazing product.
Yeah, they do, and it's actually it's kind of interesting because a lot of times dealers want to gravitate towards what they sell,
what they
well,
like,
what they like,
yes.
And a lot of times nylon strings, being Cordoba, is not something that they like.
Yeah,
but
you don't even think about it.
You don't even think about it. But these dealers, a lot of dealers that go, okay, let me give it a try. They come back, and you know, then the opposite is true. They're like, oh, I just want to buy Cordoba stuff. You're like, well, we need to keep branching off.
Well, I had a dealer yesterday say, a big dealer say, Cordoba's my #1 brand.
Yeah.
And that was shocking to me.
Yeah, what? Yeah,
it was shocking to me.
But that's not normal.
But I was happy for him, you know, because he like he said, I'm making a ton of money.
Yeah,
but
Cordoba is absolutely a great brand. So
I need a Cordoba shirt.
We do.
Yeah,
we should have had a
Cordoba
sign, or I don't know, something like that. But anyway, so we've got all those great brands. We've got Ovation, we've got Cordoba, we've got Ibanez that just hit the building, Epiphone. So first quarter's great. Going into second quarter is going to be really, really good, all the way up to realistically NAMM. That's at the end of June.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably, again, by the time all this is done and we have more coming in, we're going to have more inventory than we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, that's
so it's not just the first quarter; it'll blend into the second quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, we should go all the way into the second quarter and maybe a little into the third quarter with what we have right now.
Yeah.
That's not counting regular shipments that we'll get on top of that. So for the rest of the year, we'll probably be bloated in here. We'll have lots of good stuff.
So 2018 is going to be a good year. Okay, so speaking of 2018, we've got quite a few things that we always like to do, get our customers and clients involved to, you know, obviously to get them in the building. Getting them in the building is a big deal. So what are some of the things that we've got going on this year that are going to encourage that?
Yeah, one thing that I want to do that we've never done before is have a yard sale.
Okay.
It's kind of twofold. We have a lot of stuff we need to get rid of. We have a lot of stuff that's in our way. It drives me nuts seeing some of this stuff. And I'm thinking, wow, we can give our dealers a phenomenal deal on this stuff, and they can sell it better than we can.
Yeah.
But we have to admit, we're horrible about selling cases, gig bags, and certain items. I'm just not good at it.
We might be the largest gig bag supplier in the world.
Oh my God, we've got so much. But our dealers sell gig bags every single day. You know, so we have a lot of stuff that we need to mark down, super cheap, and get it all out. We just need to clean it all out and have a big yard sale.
And this would be a great opportunity for anybody within what, 5?
Guitars too, not to interrupt you, but guitars as well. We have a lot of guitars that we can put in a yard sale. So we have guitars, we have cases, we have gig bags. I'm sure we have a ton of other stuff, but anyways,
maybe
go
even
ahead.
some amps lingering here and there.
Don't say that, 'cause you're going to get us in trouble.
I did not say amps.
No,
okay, no amps, but this is a great opportunity for anybody who's within 5 or 6 hours to come make a day trip, or you know, get a hotel and stay the night. So because we feel that, you know, coming in the building is such a huge experience for our dealers. You know, a lot of times our dealers, they call on the phone. We do a lot of business, but that's something about when they come in the building for the first time or even the 10th time, that it kind of creates an atmosphere that, you know, it's great to do business. You get to pick out guitars, so a yard sale would be a huge deal for people to really take advantage of.
And not only do they get advantage of the yard sale, but they get advantage of all the regular inventory. So we open up the warehouse and they have thousands of guitars to pick from. So it's not just the yard sale stuff. They have the regular inventory that they need day in and day out.
Okay.
So we have lots of product available for them. And if we do a yard sale, we'll probably feed them. We like cooking. So,
and it's always good.
Hopefully, yes.
All right, so that's you're thinking, I don't know, potentially late spring, something like that.
Yeah, yeah. We probably need another couple months. We'll announce it. I want to do it. I haven't made it official. I haven't really go, yes, we're absolutely going to do it. But today I think we committed, so we're probably going to absolutely do it.
We've got to make it happen now.
Yeah, yeah. We can't edit this out.
Yeah, really.
Well, we can, but we're not.
But we're not going to.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's obviously potentially spring. Moving on to the big one, we've got our big open house we do during NAMM.
Yes.
That's going to be in end of June this year.
Yes, yes. It'll be a little bit earlier. NAMM is at the end of the month of June, not July. It's a great time of year. We have a lot of great dealers that come in and they just love it. I like it because we see so many people that we don't see throughout the year. We see
it's
them
a great time.
one time of the year. We usually sandbag a lot of inventory, so we get it out during that time. We let them pick high-end guitars that we stash and we hide and squirrel away for a few months. There's lots of guitars. There's, again, lots of food. We cooked really good hamburgers, hot dogs. Last year we did 6 racks of ribs.
Was it, that's probably one of the biggest requests.
Yeah,
is the
yeah, ribs are
so.
something that we can't get away from not doing.
I know.
So we'll probably continue that. We may change it a little this year. I've got another idea that we may change too, but the ribs are a big hit. It's a lot of fellowship. You get to talk and hang out with dealers. We sit at a table. You talk about stores. You talk about helping each other with problems if you have them, or what are you doing that is successful in your store. We have entertainment. Last year we had some really good music and entertainment. We'll probably continue that. Reverb, I almost forgot about that. We did 2 clinics. They asked to do 2 more, so Reverb will be back.
Okay.
I had something else planned, but they asked if they can come again, and I said yes. So what I had planned, which I'm not going to announce in case I don't do it, we'll probably add to it, which will be a lot of fun. So yeah, NAMM is the event to be at during the summer. I had a dealer that say, I used to stop by MIRC on my way to NAMM. You know, he's reversed it.
Yeah.
Now I stop by NAMM on my way to MIRC.
Yeah, that's huge. And Reverb's probably coming for the ribs, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got dealers.
I can't say what they're coming for because, well, it is a 21 and up crowd. But
oh, okay.
it's probably like bourbon or something.
Yeah.
They like bourbon. But
Yeah.
anyways.
Well, and I've got dealers that are like, and now obviously they're probably joking around, but you know, it's like, you know, we're trying to push to get people to come into town for the you know, the open house, and what sealed the deal always seems to be the food. You know, oh,
Absolutely.
you're serving food. Okay, great, I'm
Absolutely.
coming by. Okay, I'm coming by. So. You know,
Yeah.
food's a big deal.
It's
We
a
get
huge
it. We
deal.
understand that.
Well, you go down to the NAMM show and you get a hamburger and it's like $12 and it tastes like cardboard.
Oh, I know.
Come out here, it's free.
$7 Coke.
Yeah, and it tastes awesome. So I would come out here too, even if I didn't buy
right.
guitars.
Free food
Free
here for
food.
NAMM. That's
Great
a big
food.
deal.
It's good food.
So also during NAMM, now I don't know if I'm, you know, I don't want to lay anything out of the box here, but you also were have alluded to potentially trying to get almost kind of like a roundtable discussion going.
That's what I was not going to bring up. Yes,
Oh,
thanks.
sorry about that. Well,
That's what I was not going to commit to.
Oh,
Yes.
well, okay. Well, then maybe
He is not committing to a round table.
No,
Sorry,
no.
guys. Don't listen.
Don't listen. Okay. Well, I just always thought that was a good idea because it's people getting together and talking about great ideas.
Great
but, you know,
ideas, yes.
that could be potentially something
Yeah,
down the road in the
that
future,
will be
so.
edited.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right. Well, anyways, okay. So
let's
NAMM,
move on.
So let's move on.
Yeah.
So we've got NAMM.
Yes.
We've got NAMM in June. Big deal. It's always Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes,
You can
yes.
come in the building. A lot of people, we try to encourage people to come in the building. NAMM starts on Thursday, so come in the building on Wednesday.
Yes.
That's
Wednesday's
where
a great day.
That's where we
Great
kind of
day.
kick it
Yes.
off. That's typically the days that
Yes.
Reverb will be here doing any kind of conversation that they have. And but
Not to interrupt you, I got things popping in my head. We
Yeah.
should mention some of the manufacturers. We set up
Oh, yeah,
booths out
that's right.
there, and we invite some of the manufacturers that want to come out here. So last year we had Fano Guitars, which they did a great job. We have strap companies, pedal companies. We have several people that come out here that may or may not be at the show.
Yeah.
And it's a great time for our dealers to have one-on-one time with them.
Yeah.
So even if you don't have a music store and you have access to them, if you sell online, there's a lot of these companies that will deal with online companies, so it's a great time to come out for that as well.
Oh yeah, and the buzz is big. You know, even we'll just mention, don't have to mention the manufacturer, but there's a manufacturer in the building last year on Wednesday when a lot of that was going on, and they were basically like, "Whoa, what's going on here? This is kind of cool."
Yeah.
I mean, there was the vibe.
Oh,
vibe
yeah.
going on Wednesday was pretty serious.
Oh yeah. Oh, Wednesday's a great day. There's a lot of dealers. There's a lot of energy in the air. We try, you know, from a company standpoint, so this is behind the scenes, we try to make it super easy for the dealers.
Yeah.
We try to roll out the red carpet and make it just very stress-free. We take care of the guitars. You don't have to pack the guitars and take them to NAMM. We'll ship them to you. We'll take care of all the back end stuff. So you just come in, you pick out what you're looking for, what you want, grab some great deals, some awesome food, and let us take care of all the shipping and deal with all the back end stuff. But yeah, there is a lot of energy in the air. The manufacturers that have been here for the first time always go, wow, that's one of the best events I've been to.
Yeah, it's a huge, huge deal. Like we said, like you said before, we have a lot of people that come to our open house first before anything else.
Yes.
So
yes.
So it's a big deal. So, all right, now moving on, later in the year, we might have another event that's a little bit more personal, a little bit more focused.
Repair workshop. We were doing 2 repair workshops a year, and that was just to keep up with the demand.
Yeah.
Now we've kind of caught up, although we could quickly get behind and do 2 a year, but we're going to do one in the fall. It's a great time to come in the building. Again, it's a roll out the red carpet, so you come in for a day and a half. And we teach you how to work on guitars.
Yeah.
And so it's hands-on. It's not you sit in a classroom and listen to somebody talk. You actually have a guitar and product in your hands to fix repairs or fix guitars and do the repairs. Now, we know you're going to kind of screw them up, so we don't pick out the guitars that we sell to the customers. These are ones that we're not going to fix.
Absolutely, and what I always feel is it's pretty entertaining from our point of view is sometimes you get people that come in the building,
glue their
like,
fingers together.
Oh, they glue their fingers together, or even the opposite end of the spectrum. They're like, oh, I know everything. Then they sit down with these guys who do 15 to 20 guitars a day.
Yeah,
and they go, holy smokes.
I thought I knew a lot.
I thought I knew a lot.
Yes.
I only knew a portion of what I thought I knew.
Well, the good thing, what I like about the repair workshop, I like a lot of it, but even the seasoned guys that are really good that come, they always pick up 2 or 3 tricks that they haven't learned. And so we share a lot of secrets. Or they're not even secrets to us. They may be industry secrets, but to us, we share everything. So we have a tool making class that's awesome. We show how to do repairs. And so even if you're a seasoned tech, you should come because you may know a lot of what we do, but you always pick up good tricks.
Yeah, and the whole point of this is to try to encourage businesses to create that extra stream of income.
Yeah, you know, a big goal is for you to buy guitars off the street, which a lot of people say, why are you encouraging them to buy off the street when you sell guitars and they may not buy from you? That doesn't hold water for me, because if we have dealers that buy off the street, they get a great price, they could fix what they buy, and so their consumer will get a quality guitar, and then they kind of build up that side of their business. Then they go, we're out of guitars. Oh, I'm going to go buy them from MIRC. So we don't lose out. We may not sell guitars until 6 months down the road, but they always come back, so we're grateful for that.
Absolutely. I mean, we've always encouraged businesses to be as successful as they possibly can be.
Strong, healthy, yes.
That's right. If we create win-win situations for everybody, I think everybody comes up together. So, all right, so we've got that workshop in the fall.
Yeah, and it's free.
And it's free.
And we feed you.
And we feed you food.
And we have giveaways.
That's right.
Lots of giveaways.
That's right. Lots of giveaways, and everybody.
And I get to buy them, so that's the fun.
That's true.
I can't keep them, so I buy what I would like, and
That's right. Richard buys great gifts.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, who we're trying to cater to not only just the business owner, but obviously maybe the employee that they have that they can put at a bench a lot of the hours of the day working on guitars.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Now, is that it for 2018, or?
We'll probably add some stuff. I mean, right now, that's, yeah, I think that's,
yeah, and of
that's
course,
a lot.
Yeah, and of course, throughout the year, there might be events that maybe people don't come in the building, but we announce events.
Yeah, there will be.
So,
absolutely.
You know, which is always good. We always try to have.
And some of them we don't know about until we get an opportunity, because we go, wow, we got this great shipment in, let's run a sale.
Let's run a sale. So, yeah, because we want to be mindful. We want to get people ready for the holiday season, so we have events that...
well, there's lots of holidays. Graduation, there's always birthdays, and, you know, there's all kinds of stuff to run deals for. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right, very true. So, obviously, as we want... our clients to become successful.
Yes.
We want them to grow. We want them to have the right guitars in their hands. We also want them to consider something else as well. Assets is a big deal for businesses. They have their building, they might have their cash flow, they have their inventory.
Franchises.
But there's also a really important asset that you want to make sure that business owners know about. What is that?
That's employees. I mean, there's a debate amongst everybody, especially businesses or people in management. What's your greatest asset? And a lot of them will say, my franchises are my greatest assets. And some will say, customers are the greatest assets. And I agree, they are. Yeah. Because without franchises or without inventory and without, that kind of stuff, we don't have a business. If we don't have customers walking in the doors, we don't have a business. Yeah. But the one thing that a lot of times that people forget about is the employees. Mm-hmm. I am of mind to say that I think that the employees are some of the greatest assets that we have. We overlook. It's interesting, and I don't want to get on too much of a tangent, but I have a few war stories, so to speak, is giving a seminar, and in that seminar a guy said, this is the first time I've been able to come in several years because I have a bunch of employees that steal from me, never show up to work, and he started rattling and off all these reasons. And I was shocked. Sometimes I could be a little candid and say things that, maybe are a little unscripted, shall we say. And I remember looking at him, and it made me mad. Mm-hmm. It just made me mad. And I said, well, you hired him.
I bet you like that.
Oh, he didn't like it at all. He got mad.
Yeah.
And he was complaining about his employees stealing from him and whatever. And that was something that solidified it in me, the value of employees. Yeah. And then what I get excited about is when an owner or a manager can leave and say, I got great employees. I don't have to worry about anything. Another thing that chaps my hide, and again, I don't want to get off on too much of a tangent, is when employees, they talk about today's generation. Mm-hmm. They say they don't work as hard as they used to work. And what gripes me about that is because we don't teach like we used to teach.
Yeah.
It's my responsibility, it's our responsibility to teach that generation how to work, how to be smart business people, and we can go on with a list a mile long of what we want that to look like. But before we blame that generation, before we blame those people, we have to teach them, we have to show them, they have to learn. And it's our responsibility to do that. But I believe that we're in a day today with the millennials, as we call it. I've read a lot of books about millennials and how to deal with them, that I really believe that if we go through and pick people out, we have some of the best entrepreneurs we've ever had. Mm-hmm. And I think we could cultivate that. I think it's exciting for a business owner to leave his music store and go somewhere, maybe take his wife out to lunch. He can leave and know that the people that he's trained mm-hmm. and he's hired and he's taught, they can run his store and do a good job. In a lot of cases, a better job. Mm-hmm. A better job. And that's what we need to think about. But again, on the employees, I think they're a great asset. Something that we do around here is things that's a little bit different. We need to learn as a group of people that we constantly think that the driving force is money. Obviously, that's a big part of it. We all need money. Employees need raises. They need good incomes. All that's a given. But another thing that they need is they need time together. They need to spend quality time with people that they work with. I think it's very valuable for the owners to lead that pace. Something that we do here at MIRC that I love and I want to continue is we spend time with the employees. This Thursday we have a chili, I call it a cook-off. It's not a cook-off. Again, food. So we have 8 employees bring in chili. We line up a bunch of tables, and we sit down and we eat.
It's great. Everybody loves it.
It's great fellowship. It's bonding. How many times have we sit down and talked to people that we don't talk with throughout the days?
Yeah, absolutely.
We get to know about them. We get to know about their families if they have them, what their hobbies are, and makes them important. The other day I was walking through the warehouse, and let me back up. And when you build this culture, then you can back away from it because that culture takes off.
That's right.
You teach these guys how to do business, teach them how you want them to act, and then you get out of it. You back away. So I was out in the warehouse, and we had a customer come in, and then we were loading them up, and then we had one employee say, "Hey, have you met this guy? This is so-and-so." And they go up and they shake hands, and they become friends, and they're joking around and talking. I didn't do the introducing.
Yeah.
I sit back and they took charge.
Yeah.
They went ahead and thought, hey, this is important because this is a great customer and we need to be in a relationship with them. You know, we need this bond. And they sit there and did exactly what I would have done. And I was like, this is fun. This is cool. This is what it's all about. To be in relationship with one another. Instead of being the owner or the boss and act like a boss, whatever that means, we need to look at our employees and go, I have good employees. They're very valuable to me, and they're very valuable to our business. And if you don't feel that way, you need to train them, teach them, and show them. If they don't respond to that, fire them. Get somebody else.
Get somebody else. Now, let me backtrack for a second because, I don't know, I'm asking, and I'm sitting here listening as you're talking.
No, you can't have a race. But anyways.
Darn it.
But we got food on Thursday.
But we've got food. It's always about food. Now, you were saying a lot of times that, you know, obviously with this younger generation, millennials coming in, and with people viewing them creating more fellowship, is there an old habit that some of these older business owners, why they don't think that way, or what causes them to not want to go down that road, or to view employees as, I don't want to say lesser because I'm not insinuating anything, but
I think it's tunnel vision, and maybe I'm going down a different way than you're kind of leading me into. But I think there's a little bit of tunnel vision. I think we just have this. You're just an object. You're just you're a puzzle. You're a piece of my puzzle, and they don't put value in that employee. They're like, I pay you, be happy, go away.
Okay.
And that's unfortunate.
That's what I'm asking
unfortunate. Oh, okay. It's unfortunate because it's a great asset. They're the ones that look after you and your family. They're the ones that look after your business. And when you have their best interests at your heart, and you're actually engaging with them, and you're teaching them, and you build a relationship, they're looking after you. They're growing your business. I remember working retail. The owner, I remember we would drive out to one of the manufacturers and pick up a bunch of product. Now, we used our vehicles, our gas, and when we came back, he says, here, I have some tickets to the Phoenix Suns and the LA Lakers. And I was like, and they were killer seats. They were great seats. And I was like, thank you. What he was thinking about us.
Yeah.
He was thinking about us. And he gave the guy who was driving, he gave him gas money. And he was like, here, I want to give you these tickets. And they were, like I said, they were great seats to an awesome game. And I remember going, that was really cool.
Yeah.
That was so instead of going, oh God, we got to go back out here and do this, we knew that we were appreciated for doing it.
Yeah, and you're such a big Lakers fan.
No, I'm not. I used to be.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
when I was a kid, Boston, the Celtics and the Lakers were the two teams.
Oh, sure,
But as
absolutely.
I grew up, Phoenix Suns.
Well, I was a big Bulls fan. So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, all right,
Let's
we won't,
not go
we won't
down
go
this
down
road.
there. I know,
But
I know.
anyways.
Okay, but anyway, so obviously one of the greatest assets that a business can have is not just an employee, but employees that you trust.
Yes.
That you instill with
Yes.
a sense of ownership in what you have going on. So.
Absolutely. Employees, again, and I don't want to go off on a big tangent, but employees can be a great asset.
Mm-hmm.
They should be. And if they're not, you need to examine yourself.
Yeah.
You know, why do I not have the employees that I'm looking for?
Yeah.
You either need to, again, train them, teach them, show them, or you need to hire people that are. Not everybody's going to fit into that mold. Yes, every generation has good workers and bad workers. It's our job to interview and qualify those guys and only get the good people.
Yeah.
There's lots of good people out there that can make you money. Again, I think some of the greatest entrepreneurs that we have are millennials. They're right now. They're right now.
That's absolutely right, and a lot of them just need opportunity.
They need help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they need guidance. They need training. Yeah.
Well, great. Well, so great. So the overarching thing
that
we
was a
have-
long answer to a question.
Well,
Sorry. Yeah.
No. It's great because it's a conversation I think most people need to get into.
Yes.
People need to be in that conversation. But overall, 2018 is going to be an extremely positive year.
Yes,
This is a
it's
big deal.
yes.
We've got the inventory coming in. We've got the events that we're going to have in-house or also involving all of our clients. But along the way, we also need to realize that we need to encourage each other. So,
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great year. I always feel that way. The last couple years in the music industry,
Some of it's been tough.
It's been hard. It's been hard, and we need to admit that. We need to say, yeah, it was a rough couple years. We hear a lot of that, but you know, and I briefly talked about the NAMM show that I just went to, and I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. I said a lot of the same thing. I mean, man, it was one of the best it was the best one I ever went to, and a big part of it was everybody was in a good mood. Everybody was optimistic. Everybody was talking about product coming in. There was a lot going on that made me leave and be excited. I mean, I was gone for 6 days. 4 days at the show, and I heard so many good conversations. It was so positive. It was encouraging, because a lot of times I go out there and you got a lot of Debbie Downers. You got people going, "Oh, I'm tired of doing this," and there's always that. But the feel and the vibe and the energy of the show was exciting. So I knew it was leading into a good year. You know, with some of the things going on with CITES and other things going on, that was kind of we're passing that. Manufacturers are excited again. They're making great models. It's a good time to be in the music industry. You know, there will always be great dealers. We have a lot of great dealers, and you know, there's always those that shouldn't be in the industry, and eventually they'll go out of the industry. As hard as that sounds, but the good thing is we have a lot of great dealers. It's part of our responsibility, part of our goal is to partner with them. And so we can all be better. They could be better, we can be better for it.
And I got tons of feedback that was positive from dealers. Just people coming back, they're excited. I even had, you know, a couple dealers that were like, "Man, I went in there with a budget, and man, I blew way past that," because they were excited.
Yes,
they're getting new product in.
That's
and
why we
great.
want them to come to the Summer NAMM on Wednesday.
That's exactly
we want their
right.
budget. Yeah, we're very honest by saying we want their money.
That's exactly right.
Yes, but we'll give you a free hamburger.
It's all about the free food, folks. But good. So yeah, so we're excited about 2018. So yeah, we're just sitting here having a conversation, talking about some things that are important. Obviously, we thank you for hanging out with us and talking about these few things.
Sorry it's so long. We went way longer than we intended.
Yeah, but obviously, hopefully this maybe will encourage you guys to have conversations yourself about these things. So if we can help in any way, we want to. But yeah, hey, thanks for joining us, and let's do this again sometime.
Yep, and thanks for tuning in to MIRC
TV.